Hey, welcome back to Bayou Time, everybody. I'm Harry McCullough. Thibodaux Police Chief Brian Zarang announced an arrest of a wanted felon after leading police on a vehicle pursuit chase that happened. Here to talk a little bit more about it is the public information officer for Thibodaux Police Department, Clint Dempster. So, hey, Clint, thanks so much for being with us. Obviously, nice to get a felon off the streets, but this became much more dangerous when you guys made contact with him and the fact that he had someone else in the car with him, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, thanks for having me. Glad we could kind of explain to it. This particular incident, I know we had a lot of social media exposure where the vehicle finally came to a stop. You had a lot of family members, a lot of the public out there. A lot of cell phone footage floating around social media. So we like to stay on top of that and keep the public abreast of exactly, how things played out and what exactly happened. So I'll try to explain a little bit more of that for you guys today.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, tell us about the arrest.
Yeah, so yesterday afternoon, we responded. There was an unresponsive subject at the traffic light at Talbot Avenue and Canal Boulevard. When our officers got there, they obviously noticed the subject unresponsive in the driver's seat. Once they attempted to make contact, knocked on the window is when the subject actually came to. During this time, they actually realized that there's a 2-year-old toddler in the back seat. As well. When the driver realized that it was the police knocking on the window, he immediately, put the car in drive and took off. So of course, we gave chase. Didn't go too far, a couple blocks onto the east side of Thibodaux. Once we got the vehicle stopped in a 100 block of Irish Street, we went to make contact with the subject, with the driver. To get him out the vehicle. Of course, at that time is whenever he started resisting officers. We obviously eventually got him out the vehicle, get the toddler out. Toddler was uninjured. Subject was uninjured. He was complaining of injuries. There was no physical injuries of any sort, but he was transported to a local hospital where he was later checked out and cleared and released by the hospital. Officers on scene did suspect some type of intoxication of some sort. So of course, we did get a blood draw warrant for him. That was conducted at the hospital while he was there, as well as while the officers that were still on scene. That we ran a K9 on the vehicle. K9 alerted. We actually searched the vehicle. We found some drugs inside the vehicle, as well as a stolen firearm inside the vehicle. So, like I said, it's although that was a horrible situation, we just thankful that it didn't become a lot worse than what it was with an infant in the back seat. Not only was an infant, a toddler in the vehicle during this whole situation, but that toddler was unrestrained in the vehicle. So that was obviously officers' main concern, and especially how everything else panned out.
Okay. Do you want to go through the charges and give us the suspect?
Yeah. So the suspect is Jarrell Coleman. He's a black male, 35 years of age. And he was charged with, of course, the one count of child passenger restraint system, one count of contributing to the delinquency of a juvenile, one count of flight from an officer, one count of fugitive, because he did have an outstanding warrant, one count of illegal carrying of a weapon in the presence of a controlled dangerous substance, one count of illegal possession of a stolen firearm, one count of illegal possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. He was a previous convicted felon. One count of prohibited acts of Schedule 4, and 4 counts of resisting an officer for all the officers who was there trying to effect the arrest.
Yeah, so this was an afternoon arrest too. So it wasn't at night that he was asleep at the wheel. So yeah, again, in these situations, you really got to fear for a toddler that's in the back seat of a car that's unrestrained like that.
Absolutely. And again, like I said, as far as for we suspect that, you know, he was under the influence of something, but we obviously that's all pending results from the blood work.
And you said that there were people that were taking videos, and was there a crowd that upset that he was being detained?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times you got to understand where this incident started and where it ended. All those people who were at the scene of where it ended don't have a clue of how it all started. So, you know, you had a lot of things, you know, floating around social media saying that the subject was having a medical issue and that police was, you know, fighting with him after he was having a medical issue and whatnot. So, like I said, on our end, it's just, you know, extremely important just to kind of get ahead of those things and you know, inform the public of exactly how things go and just try to be as transparent as possible. Cheese Orang and myself try to do that on every situation that we come across, just to keep that transparency between us and the citizens. And you know as well as I do, social media is a great tool if it's used correctly, but it can get out of hand extremely quickly.
No, I hear exactly what you're saying, and people just need more. And look, sunshine's the best disinfectant, right? The more sunshine out there that people know exactly what's going on, it will help everybody make their decisions and be better informed. So, Clint, thank you so much for all your work, and we appreciate the update.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for having me.
All right. We'll be right back with more Bayou Time right after this.